I got into this program from being a success starter. So you hit Success Club 3 times in your first 6 months. So it doesn't have to be 3 consecutive months. It can be like month 1, month 3, month 6 kind of thing. It's just it has to be the 3 months. So I think I did it in like 3 or 4 months. It doesn't really matter. And then I found out, I got the email, I think like a day or two after I hit it, Success Starter, and it was like, oh, like you're invited to be a part of our new running program. And I'm like, no, please no. Like, I do not want to be in a running program. Like, that sounds honestly like the worst thing I've ever like had to do. Like, this is like a chore for me. I don't want to do it. And then I like got accepted into the Facebook group, and someone posted, because this was like, I'm going to say like the majority of us were like, why a running program? Like, why would you do this to us? And one of the guys went live, and it like just like someone that earned it like us, and he's like, we need to change our mindset, because if we don't change our mindset about a running program, we're not gonna, like, you're not gonna do good, you're not going to be able to. So like I kind of like took a step back, and I was like, okay, like, Melissa, you're doing a running program, you're gonna like this running program, and you're gonna do whatever the heck this trainer is gonna tell you to do, because you earned it and you deserve to enjoy it. So like once I kind of did that, it took like probably a few days, and once I started, it was like it eased up a bit of like my non-runner anxiety about having to run. So as I got into the group, she gave us 3 prep runs to do, because we weren't allowed to view any content yet. So she just gave us like on a piece of paper and said, like, do this run, then the next day try this run, and the next day try this run. So I did all 3 of them before we started. And I knew that I was someone that gets really sore. Like, even if I like walk on pavement, or like I go for a long walk, like I get sore. And everyone was talking about shin splints. I think that's what they're called. And everyone's terrified of those. So like I made sure I stretched, and I did the runs, and I didn't get any. So I was super thankful. Um, but yeah, so we got in the group, got going, my mindset changed, I got that shifted, and I kind of like took off from there. So it's the strength training, and it's the running. So there's a bunch of different calendars. So for what I know, like 100%, there's 3 being released. So there's a time crunch calendar, and that's for people that need to be their workouts to be 30 minutes or less. I think the majority of them are 28 minutes, 29 minutes for the strength training. And then so it would be like you wouldn't do a strength training and a run on the same day with a time crunch. It would be one or the other, or like a foam rollout. So the runs they don't go over 24 minutes. So they're only 18 to 24 minutes. They're super, super short and doable. Like, you're going to die for only 24 minutes max, and then you'll be done. So, and then there's the regular calendar. So it's like a kind of like a mixed majority of the days you're only doing one, but then the odd day she adds in more runs like as the weeks go by. So I think the first week you would only do 2 runs, and then the third week, or second and third week, you do like 3 runs, and then the fourth week you have 4 runs. And then there's the advanced calendar, and then the advanced calendar, every work day, so every day that you do something, it's always strength training and a run. So you do both, and that's 5 days a week, and then you have 2 foam rollouts scattered throughout the calendar each week. So the first time I did it, only the time crunch and the regular calendar were released, and so I opted for the regular calendar because I wanted, like, I'm like, well, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. So I did that, and then now I'm on my second round. I'm doing the advanced calendar. So every day you do a strength training and a run, and then when you don't, you're just foam rolling. And for everyone, foam rolling, like, I've talked to a few people, and they're like, it's way too painful. It is meant to be painful. Like, foam rolling sucks. Like, I don't know if anyone actually enjoys foam rolling. I don't. So like, you have to do it. It like hurts your muscles so bad, but like it's supposed to hurt them so bad. And then she, like, as she was saying, she's like, it's supposed to hurt, and if it hurts on like a certain spot, you need to stay on that spot, and you need to like keep going, and it's not a good time. Let's just say that. So when I started on a treadmill only. I did 2 weeks of my runs on treadmills because I was terrified of people watching me run outside. My anxiety got the best of me. But after, like, I got over that, I started running outside, and I think I've only done one treadmill run since then. Like, the whole point of the program is to break away from your regular routine and to get outside and to enjoy like your surroundings. It's like a mental break. And so I like missed out on that the first half. Like, I got all the physical gains, but like mentally, like once I got outside, it was like a total game changer for me. Well, because the program was created for that. Like, they want you to break away from your normal routine, get out of your comfort zone, go outside, and just like slow down time. So yeah, my mental gains was like absolutely crazy. Like, I was like, before this, I was like the most like impatient person ever. I like got into a funk where I was like yelling at my kids all the time. I like needed, and then like this happened, and you, like, when you're running, it's like your mind, like, it's only you and like your feet moving, and your mind just like, it like goes on like a loop of like your life. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's like, it's super, like, it's like the best therapy. You don't need to pay for therapy if you run. um what else? So yeah, I remember like my 5K, I was running, and I was like, the whole time, literally, I think after 30 seconds, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this. Do I have to keep running for 5 kilometers? Like, I haven't even hit one, and I want to stop. And the whole time I'm like, no, keep going, keep going. Like, you got this. It's like you're like your own personal cheerleader, and like there's nothing between you and being that, because it's only you in the run. But overall, like, honestly, it's the program's for everybody. And if anyone's like, no, I don't like running, I don't want to do that, like, you don't have to run it. You can walk it. Like, she encourages you, like, if you don't want to run, just start out walking, and she says that's totally fine. um the running is based on like your rate of preserved exertion. So like zero being zero, like 0 or 1, it's like you're like chilling, watching TV on the couch, like watching an episode of Friends where you're like totally zen. And then like 10 being like you're full out sprinting down the road, ready to die. So most of them, like, it's very rare. I don't even think she asks for a 10. Like, the highest she asks for you to run is a 9. So it's made it so it can be super personalized to everybody. So like my RPE 5 is not like an advanced runner's RPE 5. Like, I'm probably going like 0 miles an hour on the road, and they're like 10 miles an hour on the road. So it's super, super nice and personalized that way, where you can do that. And so that's why a lot of people I know are asking, like, oh, like, advanced runners are coming to me, and they're like they think they're too good for it, and they're not. So advanced runners, that's like a super common question that I've been getting from like people on the outside. She recommends that you run like a few miles before you press play on the run, and then you press play on the run, and you do it, the interval training, and then you keep going like for a few more miles after the run. It's like kind of you add it into your long runs for people that are, so there's like a few marathon runners in the program, and they changed their time like crazy. Like, they shaved like seconds off their 5K, and I think this guy like ran like an 18-minute 5 kilometer, like, which is crazy. Like, he like goes on lives, and he's like running with his phone, and he's like, I'm on my 9th mile, I'm still going. I'm like, you're crazy. But it's like, it's super cool to see like the different people, whereas I like had never ran before, so to do that. But so I have like a list of things, but like if anyone wants to ask questions, I can answer them that way, or I can just keep talking. It's totally up to you.
I had questions and then I just lost them. So maybe just talk for a minute. And they'll come back.
Okay, so the strength training, there are upper body workouts, there's lower body workouts, there's 2 full body, and then there's also metabolic workouts. So they are scattered throughout the program. I think you would only repeat a workout a few times. So it's not filmed in real time like other things are. It's more like how I don't even know what else is not filmed in real time, but so for like all of the things so I know like some programs they encourage you to like listen to your body and make sure like you're ready for the next set. Like Adalis wants you to lift heavy, like you want to like go hard or go home kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you lift heavy and you don't do as many reps like as you can. So you don't. She encourages you not to follow her if you can't. So if you can like follow her doing 5-pound weights, but like you can do 15-pound weights and just miss a few reps, she wants you to do the 15 pounds because it's about strengthening your body and not like keeping up to her. A lot of people are also asking, like, so there, if on the days that there's strength training and a run, which do I do first? Can I separate them? She encourages to lift first and then run, ideally back to back. But she also says, like, life happens. She knows that, like, hey, like, that doesn't fit into people's schedule. So you don't have to. It's not going to really hinder your results. So she said lift first, like say lift in the morning and then run in the afternoon or run at nighttime. There are a lot of full-time people in the what am I trying to say? The Facebook group, whatever. That was a success starter with me, and they had like full-time jobs, like a million kids, and they still made time for it. So they would just like get up extra early, do their strength training, and then come home and then go for a run. And it really like helped incorporate family time into this. So I don't know if anyone watched my stories today, but like Scarlett has been bugging me so hard to go for a run, like crazy. And she's 3, and I'm like, okay, like, you know what? Like, we'll just leave Sophia with my mother-in-law and me and you will go. And she like ran with a few or 10 water breaks for a whole kilometer. And she did it in 13 minutes. Like, I thought I was like fairly impressed by that because like I feel like the first time I did the kilometer was like 9 minutes. So I'm like, I'll take that. It was pretty impressive for a little 3-year-old to be like jogging beside me, and Bailey was there, and Scarlett's like, no, let's keep going, let's keep going. So I mean, if my 3-year-old can do it, anyone can do it. But it like encourages you to bring your family with you. Go to a track, bring some toys, put the kids in the middle of the track, go out, do it with your husband, like Patricia said she's gonna do. Like it's just like so much more opportunity than just like staying at your in-home gym.
Can I ask?
So,
Sorry. I know
yeah,
you said if no one was talking to interrupt.
yeah, talk.
Before I forget, I noticed they said resist. So you need obviously like dumbbells and then resistance bands and a
Yeah,
foam roller. So did you guys get like in the test group? Did you guys get given like
we were
foam
given the
roller and
resistance
stuff?
bands.
You were
Yeah, just the resistance bands, not the foam roller.
not the foam roller. Okay. I was just
Yeah.
I'm just curious if they're gonna do
Okay,
packages
so
like
for the challenge packs, you'll get the resistant loops and you'll get a running belt for your foam,
what's a running belt?
like a fanny pack.
Oh, sweet. I
Yeah.
need one of those for my mom. That's awesome. Okay, so no foam roller though. That's
No foam
something
roller,
you have to
no.
get on your own. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
And I think you can get it for like $10-15 on Amazon maybe. They're
Yeah,
super
I have
cheap.
one from Walmart. It was like $15, I think. But
Yeah.
good to know.
Okay. So she also said in one of her lives, I think it was just on Instagram actually, it wasn't like even in the group, but she said strength training it's like eating your veggies, like for runners. Like you have to do it, and it's the most important part. So that's why she encourages you to lift hard, because that's how you get better. So you like, but you also have to eat your veggies. So you're gonna realize if you eat really bad throughout this program, this is the program you're gonna notice it. When you're selling it to your customers, I know like a lots of times I lean always more towards Shakeology. This one, honestly, you want the performance line. Like, you are gonna die without the Recover. You need the Recover because you need the BCAAs to help you recover from all of the running, especially if you're not a runner. So I know like some people in the group, like they just totally like didn't listen to that part and they didn't do it, and then halfway through they got their Recover and it was like a totally different story. Like, you need it. And I like reached for it after every single run. Like, the strength training wasn't so bad, but the runs really took a beating on me, and I really really needed that. So I would go for the performance pack or the deluxe, where they get both, over the just the Shakeology. Um, so she also says, so when you run the intervals, because most of them are all interval based, I think there's only one in there that is not. It's called like, and it's just like you just run the same pace, which is like trying to encourage you for your day 30 when you run your 5K. She says it lets you, so the intervals, like you can run or you can walk them, like your rest ones. She encourages you to walk if you're a beginner or jog if you're an advanced. As you go on, I am 100% sure that you will be able to jog, because you'll be able to know what your RPEs are. So you'll know to like your Recover jog. Like at the beginning, it takes like, I'm going to say it took me probably a week to realize what my true RPEs were to do that. But yeah, so, and she says it will help you increase your metabolism. So your metabolism just shoots up when you're running. It's like a super big help for people that want to lose weight. But like I said earlier, like you can also do it walking your intervals. It doesn't matter. So you can be like sprint walking, I don't know, like fast walking, whatever it's called. And then you can just be like a sloth during your rest time if you wanted to.
Melissa, I have a question.
Yeah.
I sound terrible, but did you have shin splints at all while you're running? Because as soon as I run, like my first day running when I did the sample, I had shin splints that night. And my running shoes are new. And I remember you saying something about the shoe aspect of it. I was just wondering, does she say anything about shin splints? Like, should you still run when you have them? Or should you just be walking when that happens?
So she always, like, as long as like you're not like crippled over in pain, to keep running. But also with the program, there's a runner's warm up that's being released. So it's like I think it's a 7-minute warm up to warm you up for your run. So she encourages that, and then you do your run, and then there's another, I think, 7-minute cool down to help you stretch out afterwards. And I'm not sure if you took the Recover after, but that should make a huge difference as well. But like, and
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, she also says like when you need rest, like you need to obviously like listen to your body. And if you are like dying with shin splints, to like just walk your intervals instead. Or you can, I don't know if you have like an elliptical or something that's like less, I don't know the word I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm in a different language right now, but you
Oh,
can do
less
that.
impact?
Yeah, impact. There we go. Thank you.
All right,
Less
no,
impact. Yeah, you can
yeah,
do it
no,
on
like, because every
elliptical
time I
or
run,
bike.
I get them. But no, that makes sense. I will remember to, like, use Recover more often than I do. And, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Does anyone else have questions?
You sort of answered mine when you talked about the like different calendars and stuff. So that's like, I really love that they're doing that, because I think like it just makes it so much more like inclusive. Like it's not one calendar, it's just like opens up the door for like, you don't have an excuse to like not try it now.
Yeah, there's also she didn't say in the group, but I watched one of her, I think it was with the Canada coaches that Jake puts on. She said that there's going to be like a strength only calendar too, if you just want to do the strength training portion of it and you don't want to be a part of the running portion. Okay, yeah, the calendars. The time crunch one is workouts that are 30 minutes or less, and you never do more than one workout. So you do only running one day or only strength training one day. And then the regular, it's a mixture of both. Some days you're only running, some days you're only strength training, and then there's a few days a week that you're doing both. And then the advanced calendar, every day that you're working out, you're always doing a run and you're always doing a strength training. And then I have no idea for the strength training only. But also with the videos, so how they did it in the success group, they did it, there's a treadmill video and then there was an audio where you could just plug in and go. But I think what they're doing is they're doing just the video, because for the hearing impaired, so they can like see too, so they can look at like the subtitles of the video. So like if someone's like, well, like I'm hard of hearing, I can't just like go out and run, they can put like even like a thing around what I do, and then they can like kind of like just like glance down and look at it, if that makes sense. So like if you're deaf, you can't hear, you'll be able to read what the intervals are on your phone.
And the videos are downloadable, like
Yeah,
every
how
other one, so then you'll be
how
using your
everything.
data on your run, right?
Yeah,
That's pretty
there was
cool.
like a huge problem with that actually in the test group, where like for a while you couldn't, and everyone's like, my data, and I'm like, I'm either gonna start complaining about my data or I'm just gonna suck up a few dollars. Like I've spent it on worse, like let's be honest. But like, yeah, no, 100% it'll be like every other program on BOD where you can download it and go. So a lot of people had trouble with breathing too. I don't know if like I'm like a gasper for air when I do exercise, and while she trains you throughout the whole running video. So she's constantly saying, okay, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. With your form, I'm going to say like 3 or 4 times in that 24 minutes, she's telling you, okay, check your form, do this. And it's always during like one of the hard intervals, so it like kind of takes your mind off of it, which is really nice, because you're like, oh my god, I'm dying, and then she's like, but check your form, and you're like, oh wait, okay, and then it's over. So that's really nice. But she's constantly telling you how to breathe, how to run, what parts of you should be engaged. So we do like a lot of like running is a lot of glute work, so she's constantly telling you to make sure your glutes are engaged, and everything like that. But if anyone I have more stuff. So there's also for the people that are like, they don't want to run in the rain. There's some people like that, or there's too much snow, or it's -50 and you don't have a treadmill. There's an indoor cardio supplement workout instead of your run. So it is all it's jam-packed with cardio to increase your stamina, so you'd get the same workout as if you were running. I think it's 9 moves. You repeat the moves 2 times. It's 30 minutes. And trust me, you'd rather run. Like, this isn't one where you're like, I'm going to get out of the easy way and I'm just going to do it. But my internet, I mean, okay. But yeah, so that one is great. She also encourages you, because it's crazy, that workout, like if there's like 3 days in a row where you can't get out to run or you can't get to a treadmill to run, there's the 2 metabolic workouts that are going to be similar also. So she's like alternate between it's called rainy day cardio, and then the 2 metabolic workouts you can supplement as runs as well. There's also stuff you can buy if you want. You're like a go-getter and you want to run in the snow, which I kind of want to try just like to see. But like you can get like treads for the bottom of your shoes. I think like I don't know if they're specifically for running, but she like mentioned them, and all I can think of is like an old man with a cane with spikes on the end, and then him like hobbling through the snow. But I mean, if it gives you a tread, it gives you a tread, right? So hydrate is another thing. So if you were like looking for, like I know Jen adds on to like a Shakeology challenge pack, Energize. So if you're doing the performance pack, you could add on hydrate. Super, super good to have too. I use that quite a lot. But yeah, recover, I would like almost say it's essential to have and to do. But yeah, you can do it walking the intervals. You can do it on a cycle bike, or like so like an indoor bike, or I'm sure you could do it on an outdoor bike, and elliptical too, she said. I think that's all I had. If anyone has any other questions. And then she like her favorite thing to say is, we don't have to do this, we get to do this, which is like my favorite thing ever. Like, how great is it that we're fortunate enough to be able to move our bodies every day, and then we get to go outside and like listen to like a crazy track athlete and do it that way. So oh yeah, no, she says that a lot. We don't have to do this, we get to do this. And I know like a lot of people are like kind of throwing it on the back burner as like a running program. But I mean, what is it? I think it's like it releases as every other program would for price wise. So like a completion pack, it's $150 Canadian for the recover, or for the performance pack. And that's like you get the running belt, you get the portion containers, you get both nutrition programs again, and the resistance loops. So like for us to like even just like you to support it and like do that, and then you get access and you have all of that, is pretty good too. But yeah, so I can send that all to the group. It's just like it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it? I can't really see it, so but I'll put it in there. But it should be good. It was really, really great. It was like life changing. And if you can be a success starter, if there's anyone that hasn't like has still the time, like you need to, because it is an amazing opportunity. Can you do it like with your husband's accounts?
No, I've had Corey signed up since last January.
And you didn't get it?
No. I just had him signed up under me. I wasn't adding to him till April. But
yeah,
I think they would have to do it though.
Yeah, because like I didn't start even building Adam right away. I think I waited a few months. I was gonna say I don't know, but yeah, I think they would have to do it because we're not technically allowed to like build accounts. So I don't think you could.
Challenge pack wise, so it like the basic challenge pack is going to be around like the 186 price point. Yeah. Then like okay.
So the completion is
MBF was.
Yeah, it should be the exact same actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, 186, 186, and then the deluxe is 252.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like you already said this. I don't know if I was just when I was up, but so when you're running, she talks to you like the video.
Yeah, so it's like a guided run.
Okay.
So you'll like start out and she'll say, okay, we're doing like say like a minute or 2 minute warm up. If you watch actually the sample, if you do the sample, it's like super similar to how it will go. But so she says, okay, and then she says, take it into a light jog or a fast walk to warm up. And then depending on the run, there's like one in there that's like it's an endurance pyramid run. So you do 30 seconds of like an RPE 4 to 5, and then you do 60 seconds of an RPE 5 to 6, and then you do 90 seconds of RPE 7 to 8, and then you do it all over again. And so, but backwards. And then while she's doing it, she'll say, okay, in 30 seconds, I want you to start giving me an RPE of 7 for whatever, 90 seconds. And then after that, we're going to get a break. And then while you're running, she's saying, she loves to say, yes, you can. And when she says, yes, you can, that's when your body's telling you, no, I friggin' cannot. So it's really nice because she's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you're like, no, I can't. Stop saying that. But like, yeah, you can. You actually can. You just have to, it's like it's super program that's like mind over matter. It's going to make you realize that you can do the things that you didn't know you can do. I know there was a run in there, I think on like day 20 or something. And she starts off with, okay, I want you to give me an RPE of, I think it was 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 or something. And then you start off and then you're going for 30 seconds. And she said, okay, make sure you're at a comfortable pace because you're going to be here for 18 minutes. And I almost died. It's like, there's no way. I'm like, you're insane, woman. Like, I don't know what you think I'm doing. But I did it. And it was like, that was like a mind blowing like point where I'm like, I did not think I could do it. And I did it. And it was like, definitely like I broke through that barrier of I'm not a runner to I am a runner, which was super nice.
I just asked what an REP is. Like, I know that means speed.
Yeah, it's a rate of preserved exertion. So 0 or 1 you're being like on the couch, you're watching a TV show, and then 10 you're sprinting. So a 5 would be like your 50% of your max effort, and then 10 being like your max effort. You're sprinting down the road as fast as you can.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. I feel like I was confused. Even when I did the sample, I was like, I can't tell how fast I'm going, but I think this is a 4, but.
Yeah, no, it took me probably about a week to like get that down pat for me, where I was like, I think I like got to a moment where I was running up a hill or something like that, and I was like, in my head it was like it clicked. I'm like, I just need to like bring my pace down a little bit, and then I won't have to walk up the hill. And then that for me, it was like, oh, like I can do it, like I can run, I just have to run slower. And so that's where you'll definitely adapt to the RPEs as you go along. And then you'll be like, okay, no, this isn't 50% of my max effort. Like this is 90%. Like I'm about to die. Like dial it back a little bit. She explains that throughout the runs too, sometimes as you're going. She'll be like, if you feel like you're about to die, like you need to slow down a little bit, or if you feel like you have more to give, you need to speed up.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know like how much you can and like can't talk about this all still, but like you did say that no workout really is like the same, like you don't do the same workout over, right? I think you said that earlier.
Yeah. So if you're
like
doing,
how different do they get? Like your run, like how much more different can you make running? Like I don't know, I'm not a runner.
Oh, yeah, no. So the intervals, like if you were, so one of the runs, I think the one where you like run straight for 18 minutes, like I would push play on that run like 5 times a day. Like I know I can do that run. But like there's like a high intensity interval run where you're like sprinting for a minute and you only have 30 seconds off, and then you're sprinting for another minute and you have 60 seconds off. Like that. And then there's like another run where it's the endurance, so like you are trying to run at like a far distance, but you're changing up your pace, so that's the intervals. But honestly, I think maybe if you're doing the regular calendar, you might repeat a run maybe once. they're pretty, she has quite a few of them on there. I want to say there's quite a few runs, and you don't run every day on the regular calendar. For the advanced calendar, I think you do everything 2 times max.
That's just like crazy to me, like that there's that many different like types of like ways to run. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no,
I've only like ever done like cross country running. That was like it. So it's endurance running. Like I don't know if like it all sounds so scary but like exciting at the same time. Like I'm terrified but also so excited to do this program, but I know I'm not going to do it in the middle of winter in Manitoba. You can. I'm not going to.
Yeah, no, Manitoba is just kind of intense. I'm sure like even like Ottawa or Belleville or whatever with the winters, it gets to like -40, sometimes -50. I think we got to like -55 last year. It was awful. But yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't deter a lot of people because it's being released like in a few days. So, because this program is one that you don't want to miss out on. It's like, I'm scared everyone's going to skip over it, and I don't want anyone to skip over it because it's amazing. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I didn't even want to freaking do it. So, but that's all I have, unless anyone has any other questions.
I was just gonna kind of make it like a national wake up call and ask you like what was like your favorite part of the test group? Like what was your, I don't know, most memorable, like just, I don't know. I know you said like you had a big mindset shift and stuff, but was there anything else that like really stood out to you? Because you're the first person like on our team to ever be in a test group. So that's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, so it's like it's a magical experience getting to like be a part of something before it's released, especially in like a community that's like become such a big part of my life. I'm like, haha, like I got to do this. And it's like bragging rights almost. It's super cool. And Tam, I'm like, I am so excited for you. That is so amazing that you get to do this too. It's a huge milestone to be able to be a part of it. And I just like being in the group, I think they said actually with this group it was like the most it's ever been. Usually it's like capped at 500, and I think we had 956 people in the Success Starter group. So there was a lot of us, and I think it was because they needed to like overthrow the stamina of running, so they needed more people to be like, no, this is awesome, because it is, FYI. You haven't got that impression yet. But so I don't know. It was kind of cool to like interact with all the coaches that I never would have before and have all these like breakthrough moments with like complete strangers. You get to experience what they're feeling too at the same time as you. So if anyone's like put a challenge group together before and you've had like 5 or more ladies do it and you're doing it the same day, well, imagine doing that with 950 other people. Like, it is incredible. Everyone's feeling the same thing you're feeling, like, unless you're a marathon runner. But like, you're sore, they're sore. Like, you're crying, they're crying. You hate the run, they hate the run, but they know that you actually love the run because it like challenged you and it was meant for you to hate. Yeah, no, it was super cool having like a challenge group, you all doing the same program at the same time with 950 people. It was like mind blowing. Also the interaction with the super trainer. Like she like actually like had conversations like on like I had conversations with her on Instagram. Like I'd like share something and she'd be like we'd like talk about it, and it was super cool. So it's super intimate that way too, where you feel super like a lot more connected to the trainer because of it, because you have that like one-on-one, which is really nice. And she goes live, like she went live I think a few times like each week in the thing, and you could like type in a question and she'd answer it right away. She'd read it out and she'd answer it, so it made you really feel like you were a part of something, which was really nice.
That's awesome. it sounds like when I first started coaching 5 years ago, we didn't have BOD. So I only ran like 21 day fix challenge groups. And that kind of reminded me of it because everyone started the same day. We all did the same workout. And like, yeah, that's such a nice feeling. And it is hard to do now, obviously, unless you run like program specific groups. So that like is really awesome. And I just think, like you said, with 950 people, that would have been really amazing because you're all feeling the same things, going through the same things. So that's really cool.
Yeah. It was super awesome. Anyone else? Any questions?
I feel like I had so many. I didn't write them down. Should have wrote them down. I wrote lots of notes though. So
You did say that like it will be one that you notice your nutrition is off. So like when you're inviting, like I know when they get the challenge pack, they'll get access to like the nutrition programs. But like did you find with the test group if like people were doing different ones and you did talk about it, like ultimate portion fix versus like 2B mindset, is one like a better option maybe, or like it doesn't matter?
I know that like both of them were like Ilana and Autumn both went live in the group to talk about it. Autumn had she put this group in the like the extreme, like you want to like up your your containers for it because of that.
Okay.
But Dallas is super like into like intuitive eating. Like so like your body knows what your body like needs.
So you'd probably lean towards the 2B mindset more because it's more intuitive itself, right?
Yeah.
If Autumn's saying that you have to up your like containers, that means I would have to up like a ton. I hate that. I hate having to like refigure because of like my maintenance track. I like have to watch like so much that I'm like getting enough if I'm like doing the intense workouts. Like with the work, I had to eat so much. I was eating like almost 3 pieces of chicken at nighttime just to like be able to keep up with my like, because my metabolism's like through the roof as it is.
Yeah. So yeah, like 2B mindset if people like want like loosely, but then like the ultimate portion fix is like if they need structure and they like don't want to start like counting their macros, because some people are crazy about counting their macronutrients. Like I know like one of my good friends, Patricia, she is like insane. She is like the most insane person ever, and she has to like count to like the grain of rice of macronutrients. I'm like, girl, just like have a piece of pizza or something. Like calm your shit. But no, I know like it definitely works better for some people, but she's like intuitive eating. Like if you're done your containers for the day, like and you're still hungry, like you need to eat as long as you know that it's not like your body.
Especially if it's like if it's going to be like ramping up your metabolism.
Yeah.
Because I've even finding that with like morning meltdown, I'm like way like even at nighttime. So if you like get really hot, like you start getting really hot at nighttime when like you're sleeping, that's because your metabolism is starting to like become faster. And I'm having that and I'm like always hungry. And that's just from doing like morning meltdown and like after refiguring my containers for like this program, I have to like retry and like redo it because I think I messed up because I'm way too hungry.
Yeah.
And that's like so interesting, Bailey, because like I feel like I die at night in the heat. I never even knew that.
Yeah, it was in a live that once Barblend was launched, there was like that group, the like VIP Barblend group, and it was like something that Elise talked about because that's where I like noticed like I started doing Barblend and I was like constantly starving and I started getting like super hot at nighttime, and that's what she like said is a sign that your metabolism is starting to like ramp up, that you're burning at nighttime because like you're sleeping, you're resting, but your body's like trying to like having to work. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That's so cool because yeah, I feel like a furnace at night.
So that's a good sign. Like if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to like make your metabolism go like start going, then yeah, it's
Hell
a good
yeah.
sign.
Hell yeah. I still have 40 pounds.
For me, it means I have to start like eating. It's the opposite.
No, what are you snacking on over there? I was curious.
Not healthy. It's chocolate chips.
Oh, it didn't sound like chocolate chips. It sounded like chips.
Nuts or something? I thought it was like a fruit.
No, it's just like chocolate chips, but I'm just shoving way too many in my mouth at once.
Chocolate chips.
Oh, Toby's also here, like chewing his paws, so maybe you can hear that. Toby chews his nails. He has like anxiety, weird things, and he
Your
bites
dog.
his nail. Yeah, my dog.
Okay, wasn't sure if that was like your hubby. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's just sitting here like not listening, but like chewing his nails. That's how we do.
Okay, does anyone have any other questions just about 30-day breakaway? If not, that's okay. I'm just gonna stop the recording. And I also just want to say thank you. I feel like I can think of questions and I'll probably message you, but I seriously got lots of notes and I'm excited to share with the challenge group tomorrow. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
You're welcome.
Amazing having like insider access to this. So that was really cool. And like, congratulations, seriously. Huge
Thank
accomplishment.
you. Thank you.